I address council. And I usually stand up there and I'll write out a speech and read the speech. And what I'm trying to do tonight is just maybe have a little chat and tell a little story and give you some good news and maybe lay out a challenge for everybody that's in this room. And I want to start, first thing, let me announce a few people that are here. Chris Smith, it means the world to me that you're here tonight. Thank you very much. Former city treasurer. The night I first got elected, Chris made me promise to stick with it, and I'm still standing, brother. I'm still here. Thank you. And another person that's out here tonight, one of my closest friends in this world, and this story will not be told tonight, but someday it needs to be told. Where are you, Richard Butler? Stand up. Stand up, Butler. There he is. I wouldn't be here. I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for Richard Butler, and I'll tell you that story. And I have some family members, but I'll introduce them as we continue to talk, and it'll make sense to you why I'm going to do it then. Tonight's a special night for me, as you probably can imagine, but I want to talk about another mayor tonight. And this mayor is the 6th mayor of Charleston. And he served a total of 30 days as mayor of Charleston. From 1871, from April to March of 1871, or March to April of 1871. 30 days this mayor was there. His name was Henry Clay Dickinson, 6th mayor of Charleston. And he had several young daughters, and the youngest was named Fanny Dickinson. Fanny Dickinson married a dentist named Dr. Andrew Boyd. Dr. Andrew Boyd was a dentist who didn't stay in practice very long because he was so successful at business. He started buying a lot of real estate and involved himself in a lot of other activities, banking and coal and some other things. But so he didn't stay as a practicing dentist very long. But he bought real estate. He believed in a handshake. He didn't believe in written leases, and he believed in handshakes. And Archie, you know the building over there on Fife Street where the Lincoln Boyd building is, where he rented to Fife Street probably in the 30s, the Fife Street shoe store until he died. It was just on a handshake. So there weren't very many written leases. He was a man of honor. And as I search back in my memory to my oldest memory, to when I was not even 3 years old, it is Dr. Boyd laying out in a casket at 1202 Virginia Street. And I remember that. I don't know why I remember it. He was a white-haired man, big man, and laying out in the casket. And I remember that in March of 1953. And Dr. Boyd and his wife, Fanny, had children. Francis Boyd. And Francis Boyd married a car dealer named Dan Pritchard. And Dan Pritchard owned Pritchard Motor Company. There's probably nobody around, maybe Chris, that remembers Pritchard Motor Company, but it was right there where on the corner of Dunbar and stretched all the way almost to what was then Broad Street, now Leon Sullivan Way, and it was Pritchard Motor Company. And he died in 1941. He was 45 years old. His wife was named Frances Boyd, and so he died in 41, and then she died in 57. But she had children, and one of them was named Francis Pritchard, and then he had Ann Pritchard, and those were two of their daughters. And Ann Pritchard's children are here tonight, and I want them to stand up. Laura and my brother Robert, will you all stand up? Lawrence, thank you all for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you, Lawrence. And they are Henry Clay Dickinson's great-great-grandchildren. And then his great-great-great-grandchildren are sitting right there. Stand up, guys. Now, so that was those are from Ann Pritchard. And then he had another, Dr. Boyd had another, or Frances Pritchard had another daughter. Her name was Frances Pritchard, and she married Gene Jordan, and his son's here tonight, Andrew Jordan. Will you stand up? So what I'm trying to tell you is that I am Henry Clay Dickinson's great-great-grandson, and I'm the longest-serving mayor in the history of this city, and he's the shortest. So we've come a long way, and I wonder what he'd think if he could be here tonight. But it's great to make history in our city. It's great to still be here. I think that the longevity of being here and having the continuity of a good staff in place and having good vision and having programs underway this entire time has been very good for all of us. And I want to tell you that we have several funds in our city that we keep and that we've done well, that we've stewarded very well. One is almost a $4 million sinking fund, and that fund has been put aside for projects, mostly one fire station, possibly two, and a police station, the police station out here in the alley that's in such terrible shape. And we have that money for that project. We also have we have about $9 million in our medical reserve fund, the rainy day fund. We don't have to buy the insurance anymore because we have such a significant, none of that money was here when we got here. So if we have a crash, if too many people have cancer in 1 year, I mean, that money will come in handy. And we also have in our stabilization fund, we have over $5 million. And tonight I want to announce that I will ask council to approve the moving of $1.1 million into the road fund in our city so we can pave some roads in the city of Charleston, and we can do it this summer. So if you all approve that, we'll be able to do that. It's $1.1 million. Now here's the challenge. We are now spending $1.6 million on our roads. That's our entire road fund for this year. That is entirely coming from the user fee. So if we didn't have the user fee, we wouldn't have any road fund. We would be paving nothing this particular year. No money. So we will take this $1.1 million out this year. And then the challenge is going to be up to council to talk among yourselves, to maybe somebody come up with an idea. I don't think it'll work to shave, but you're welcome to try. It would be nice to have some new money so we can continue to pave these roads. The biggest challenge we face in the state of West Virginia is our roads. Right, Mike? Joe would tell you that if he was here, Joe Denault, and we want to do our part in the city of Charleston to pave those roads and to make the roads better for our citizens to travel. We want to lead in that arena. So I'm going to ask you to do that. There'll be something on the proposal for Finance Committee to debate to do roads in the city. But even $1.1 million it's limited as to how much it will do. So it's up to you all maybe to come up with ideas for new money. It's limited the ways we can do it. It's never popular. Trust me, I have a whole hate industry out there that has Facebook pages and websites dedicated to negative feelings about me. And it started with that fee. But we are here to do sometimes the unpleasant things for people that can't do it for themselves. And roads are a very basic function of what we do. Roads and infrastructure, salt on the roads, those kind of things. Those are very basic things we do for our citizens. A lot of heartburn about seating assignments and being on finance. Not everybody can be on finance committee. But this might be one ticket for one council member to find their way on finance committee, is to come up with that money. We want it every year. We need ongoing money if we're going to do this. Doesn't mean we have to do it. We can continue to spend what we have. We can not do anything. We can just plod along for the better part of the next 4 years. But I think it's a challenge that we face, and it's time for people on this council. That's the reason the youngest member the newly elected. I put her on finance. We're trying to groom leadership. And I am very grateful to have my good friend, my consigliere, my reverend, my brother, to put him on finance committee, Reverend James Ely. Thank you, Thank you, Reverend Ely. So that's the challenge we face tonight. That's what I hope you'll think about, and if somebody can come up with ideas, I would urge, I know there's a lot of new members on council, and I want to welcome you all to be here on council tonight. It's good to see you. Thank you. It's good to see you, new member of council. And you all will find that your power will come in forming relationships with these department heads to come up with solutions to help in your ward. Go over and say hello to this new council member and this old council member, because he's been here before. And Ms. Freg, I called you, but we didn't get Fregery, I'm sorry. Fagery, I'm sorry. And Mr. Slater, it's good to see you tonight. And Miss Ireland. I went to first grade with her dad. So it's very exciting to see everybody. Some of the other projects we have some exciting things going on in this city. We have the Civic Center. We have Slack Plaza. We have bike lanes on the boulevard. We have a parking garage that we want to build near where the one on Dickinson and Courier is now. And we have the Edge project, which is the brainchild of our city manager. And let me just say that I agree that we have the best city manager. I'm so grateful we're all still together in the city, in the state, and I believe in the country. David Mogard. David, stand up for us. And we brush all our projects with Mogard. So we think some great things are going to happen over the better part of the next 4 years. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to walk through history tonight with all of you, and excited that I'm still here, still hanging in here. And as I enter the sunset of my career, I'm glad that some people are entering, young folks that are entering the beginning of their political career. This cloud you're on, these new members of council, unfortunately it doesn't last forever. But enjoy it while it's here. And there'll be some great things you can do, and some things that you can find that I hope are exciting for you all to do, and to make Charleston and to continue to make Charleston a much better place to live. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank all of you for being here tonight. It's a very exciting night for all these families and this great city council. Thank you all very much.